Hope you guys are having a blessed day. My favourite neighbour just shouted me to come round for tea and check something out for her online. So I'm just going to go and do that. And it really was helpful actually, because the last 4 days I've literally just had a bath. My hair's been damp for like 5 days, 4 or 5 days straight, where I've just not been able to do it. Yeah. So it really pushed me to kind of at least dry it, even though I've not been able to mask it and wash it or properly. I gave it a little brush, but then, yeah. So she always lifts my spirits. I'm hoping we'll lift each other's spirits and then see what happens after that.
You can't end this shit. It's not what it says on the tin. My mind and body deciding that's it. Out of this world and how one will hit. You'll have the same pain in heaven, soul cycle stay fit. Can't put out the flame when you started this lit. Breathe the old you, new light coming through. Metamorphosis, madness, alone like Alice, no crew. Not a clue what to do, smoking caterpillar, burning up the view. Losing the vision, something wants to move. Down on my knees.
I'm sitting here watching Princess Diaries. I've got 3 braids done so far out of probably 50 or 60. Just using the leftover hair that I had, so it's going from blonde to silver to, it's like an ombre, brown to blonde to silver to pink. I'm adding some silver, adding some pink. Yeah, I don't want to push it too far because I don't want to start meltdowns. So just taking my sweet time. Just stopped watching Princess Diaries, watching the first one from where I left off the other day. And I'm gonna finish these braids. No, I'm not. I'm gonna just do one, maybe one a day if I need to, however I need to. Even in terms of sectioning it all and then going through it, it's like I'm not even putting myself through that. Like, no. One at a time. Take your time. If I have to do half a braid and make a hot chocolate, I'll do that. Because it's like, no, because in my head I was like, oh yeah, if you do it, you got to do it, sit down for 10 hours. Like, you're getting it done by someone else. But it's like, no, you don't. It takes you, like, take your sweet time. If you want them to be perfect, do them perfect. If you feel like you just want them done, just do them anyhow. Do the best what you can. And then if you want to perfect them after or redo some, do that. Just trying to take the pressure off and enjoy it. But you know when you're young and you do your hair and it's like you enjoy doing your hair. And then your hair becomes something you have to do. But it's like, I'm trying to find ways of still doing what I want to do. And be able to do things that others do. Without having meltdowns. I nearly went and got my nails done today. But then I'm looking at them ones you do yourself at home. And I'm thinking I could just get the gel dipping powder and put extensions on them. Gel dip them. Or even just make them on like the full nail and put the gel pads behind them. And do it like that. Just like make a set and then I can just put the gel pads on them. Leave them to the side and then can do them as extravagant as I want. Stick them on, stick them off. Yeah. Because it's like, I tell myself, there's no point doing it if you're not up to it. But it's like, I'm never up to it or never going to be consistently up to it. So it's like, do what you can while you're up to it. And then when you're down, just pause, don't quit. Like before, when I'd not be feeling good, I'd take all the braids out if I've not got it finished before a meltdown started. But it's like, no, just leave what's there in your head and then have the meltdown and then carry on later. And then with the glue nails, like the sticky back nails, I can just put them on. And then if I need to rip them off, I rip them off, put them on again later. If I want to leave them off, I can. Okay. And this is the good bit when she gets caught in the rain on the way to her speech.
Hey guys, it's Sunday morning, Sunday rising. Just stepped out to have some of the fresh air. It's a little busy out here. Yeah, meltdowns are crazy. There's just so much happening at the moment. I don't know why the weekend's always worse, because it's like, it's not necessarily because I don't have that programming on the weekend, but it's like, I don't even feel to talk right now. Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not really amused, fed up of fighting, like, fed up of explaining myself, then just stop, okay? Just stop explaining yourself. I feel like some people that don't understand neurodivergence mistaken me fighting my brain in terms of me having to consciously learn things on a daily and having to like battle my brain and my body as my ego. I keep getting comments about ego. Oh, when you get rid of your ego, my ego not going nowhere, honey. It's not separate from me. I am. But yeah, because when I was posted that video about having and needing to find a little more fight, it's like, oh, when you get out of survival mode, when you stop fighting, it's again, okay, I appreciate your advice. No, I don't, but I get it. It's great advice if it was for the right thing, but it ain't. And with the battles that I have, I've been getting up and just deleting comments, like scallywag ones, reading things just like nah. And again, that's because it's triggering, because I haven't released the fact that, like, I haven't accepted the fact that there's such misunderstanding out here. But whatever. If I did delete your comment, I'm sorry. Because that's not actually what I want to do. Like, I want to be able to leave it there, even if you call me whatever you say. But I'm not really be offended. Obviously, feminine energy, if there's something that you don't like, don't respond, don't react, don't even feel it in your body, just delete it and carry on with your day, honey. And yeah, that's a great place I'm striving to be. But sometimes it's like, you know what, you need to cuss someone out, cuss them out, get rid of that. I ain't got time for this nonsense. Will it happen again? Yeah, probably. Probably. But yeah, because it's real. It's not like a teacher in terms of like you go to school to study. You study maths and then you teach it. And then it's like you can question their maths skills or their maths, you know, question their mathematics. Like, it's not questioning my formula, it's like it's questioning me. Am I open to be questioned? Yeah. But some of these blunt, oh so spiritual, belittling advice kind of comments, it's actually like, no honey, it's actually you in your ego. Oh so spiritual one. Oh so spiritual one. You know, where's the humility, where's the love, where's the kindness? it jars me as well, because it's like, you know, there's a time, like, people that are at that part of the spiritual journey, like, there was a time when you didn't even know about these things. You didn't know about meditation. You didn't even know what the ego was. Like, you didn't know. And now it's like stuck up here in this identity of the also enlightened one, but that's not so enlightened to be moving like you think you're so enlightened, to be speaking to your fellow humans with such, it's little sunlight, with such, I don't know. And I am open to advice. Like, I'm very open to advice. I'm very open to help. But not to that crabs in a barrel. Like, you want to leave a whole message. Like, people want to comment and invest time in commenting. And the intention of the comment is just to be like, oh, don't worry. You'll be as amazing as me one day. You just need to do this. Right, yo. Yeah, so will it happen again, the deleting the comment thing? Probably. Yeah, it is what it is. And it's not, I don't like that, especially if people have like invested their time and energy in writing something, regardless of what the intention is. Like, I believe we should all have our words out there regardless, but I don't delete it if I, like, consciously. Like, it's normally I'll get up in a meltdown, or I'm in a meltdown, I check my phone, I see something, and I'm just like, you know, just a bit cutthroat energy, like, no, get off my screen. You know, but this is because of my own things that I need to work through too. Watch now, I'll get a comment on this. Oh, it's because of your ego. Oh, honeys. But it's not because of my ego. So I wake up, or like if I'm in an involuntary meltdown and I need support and I see a comment like that, what it is it's a reminder that I'm living in a world where people don't only refuse to help or refuse to support or refuse to understand, refuse to accept, which is cool, it's maybe not your business to do so, but also I like to add salt to the wound kind of thing. It's like, I'll kick her when she's down, just so I can remind myself how higher that almighty I am. I don't know how the almighty would see that, but you keep doing you, fellas. And it don't really hurt, it just like tick, you know, it's more like damn fools. But that is because it is sort of the reality of this world is sort of for many. But yeah, also other messages coming through, that the reason why my days are like this, because I have completely fed off. Like, I'm really struggling at the moment in terms of my emotional health because of things that are happening in my world. And it's like, I say a lot on here, but not maybe without saying a lot, because it's like, you think I'm really over, like I share a lot, I do share a lot, but there's intricate, tiny details of certain things in my personal life I keep personal. And there's ways I do things that it's like, I can share with you the story without sharing you the details, perhaps, or so it's like, and that's mainly just because I don't know who's on here, innit? And some things is private. Some things are private, and I only put out what I know I can handle being public. Or if I want to use that as some kind of therapy or some kind of training for myself to be able to handle something. But yeah, a lot going on right now, and I'm getting many messages come through like that it's time. It's time. You need to make a huge jump, because I'm hearing like lots of different things are coming up at the moment in terms of my health, and it is all related to my lifestyle, which I completely transformed, and then with some really heartbreaking events. I feel like as a form of self-sabotage, because the subconscious like push, like what's driving that really is I just can't take anymore. I can't cope. I don't want to carry on. I don't know how to carry on. I'm not okay. I'm angry. I feel not good enough, useless, whatever it is. And that is because of, not because of like, oh, well, you need to build confidence. No, not so much that. Like, I love myself. I'm fully confident in myself. I have complete trust in myself. I really love myself. That's what keeps me going. Because it's like, even if your day is just you, it's just you. Just you and your angels. Even if like the whole world turned its back, you still deserve to, like, I can still find you some joy here somewhere. That's what I'm telling myself. But it's like, that's really why it's hard to carry on. It's like, it's not because of self-doubt. It's not because, like, it's because it's like, it's not enjoyable. And I was watching, I follow ADHD Love on Instagram. Like, as a couple, they just inspire me so much. And she was just saying about, like when she was like living in the basement and like self-harming and different things, and it's like the difference between thriving and not is the support, like the support that you have. And I feel like one of my key things I wanted to manifest was to not need support, and especially because I didn't realise exactly what I was dealing with. So I was like, to have complete independence, like really wanting to. And it's like, obviously, there's certain things that is like, yeah, you can do it on your own, but it's like, yeah, just the little things, isn't it? Like the daily things. I'm not going to go into explaining it because, you know what I mean? If you're here for the right reasons, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're here to educate yourself, and you're neurotypical, you might not know what I'm talking about. So maybe I should explain myself. But yeah, just like the little things, innit? Like every day is just a battle, and it's much less of a battle when I'm looking after my health. And this is what I'm being guided to do, like to find some discipline, because it's not about how much, it's just about every action that I take for it to. It's just about every action that I take for it to be intentional and it to be supportive of where I want to be, of what I'm doing. So I'm trying to find a place to just chill, but like my guides are on my head and I can. Yeah, I'm not in a good place, mate. I better just let this go. Sorry, fucking thing. I've got so much physical pain right now, like my shoulders, my back, my everything. Yeah, I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off by myself, but it's not that, it's just. Yeah. So like just today, it's like every day is sort of given right now, and unless I'm really, like, even if I am on my shit, it's not a given. But it's like, yeah, I'm just chasing my towel, and it's like no matter what I do, I'm chasing my towel. Every day nothing's a given in terms of, especially while I'm not looking after my health. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to get in the bath, I don't know if I'm going to eat, I don't know if I'm going to get a drink. Sometimes hours go by, it's the afternoon, and I've realised I haven't managed to get in the bath because of sensory pain. I haven't managed to brush my hair, to eat, to have a drink, to do anything. And it's like every little thing, every little transition's a thing. It's like, it's not just put the washing on, it's go and find the washing that needs to be put on. It's pile it up. It's then take a break, and it's just in a pile. I haven't even got it downstairs to the washing machine. Then get it in the washing machine. Then maybe it stays in the washing machine because I can't handle at that moment to hear the washing machine turn on because of overstimulation. Then maybe I forget it's in the washing machine, it's there for days, maybe it's there, not normally days, because I know I go back and check it as soon as it comes to me. Then, even if I'm not in a place to put it on, sometimes I put it on and cause myself a meltdown because I realise it's been 6 hours, I've not had a bath, not had anything to eat, not had a drink, and I still haven't got the washing on. So then I put the washing on, then I'm like, come on, you need to get a drink. And I try and start talking to myself to try and give myself something like, what do you need? You've not had a drink today. Okay. Washing's on, sometimes I have to pause it. If I can get a drink, great. Then I go and run the bath when I can. Again, sometimes I can't handle the noise of the water running if I'm in the meltdowns or where I'm at. So I have to keep turning it off. Sometimes I turn it off so many times it goes cold, it goes cold, it goes cold. Sometimes I have to rerun that. Sometimes it's 2-3 hours I've been running the bath. Sometimes it sits there for another hour, 2 hours. Sometimes then I empty that. Sometimes I still then manage to run the bath and still don't get the bath in the day. Having so many things I want to do, like being so creative, like there's so many things I want to do. I've got so many plans, so many projects, so many things started. But sometimes it's like washing or bath or food, not all. So sometimes it's work or bath. Sometimes it's reading or bath. Sometimes it's reading or eat. And then it's like everything I've learned, it's like, oh, you should sit down when you eat, take your time, mindful eating, connect to the food. But then it's like, people, like ADHD, it's like, and then I'm seeing hacks, like if you're struggling with transitions and you need to eat, but you've got something to do, eat standing up, because sometimes like you sit down and then that's that for a long time. And it is like, or like I'm doing something and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, get to the bed. And it's like, you know when a horse just drops, or like how like they say when a horse lays down it can't get up, like that's how it feels. It's like, or like a robot button, like if you press a button on a robot or press a button on, you know, to like turn it off, and it just, it's just like just drop. And no matter what I want to be doing at that moment, no matter where I'm at, there's nothing I can do about it. And the more I'm aware of it, the more I realise what I've been doing. And I did it the other day. I was like, it happened, I'm laying there. And I'm like, oh yeah, I laid here so I could edit my video. So I started editing my video. And I'm telling myself that I've chosen to lay down voluntarily. And I'm telling myself that I've chosen to lay down voluntarily to edit the video. Then my battery died. And I get a message come through, get up then. Can't edit a video now. But I couldn't. But that's never happened before, where my battery's died or something's happened to where it's like I've been able to convince myself I'm there for me for a reason. I put myself there. That's exactly what I want to be doing. it must be why I'm there, because I feel called to rest or whatever I may tell myself. And then my mum walked in and I'm there, laying there. And then I started crying. And what that is ego, I think, a little bit too, because it's debilitating, it's embarrassing. And I feel like, especially going through abuse, it's like, even when I go out, like wanting to feel like booted, like tracksuit, or like trousers under my tracksuit tucked into my socks, trainers laced up around the ankle, like feeling like they're militant ones, to feel secure, to feel strong, like feel like you got yourself, feel like you're on guard, hands out your pockets kind of energy. And then it's like fighting to be strong at all times, and then realising that sometimes like your body's just gonna do that, like, and like a dead fish, and ain't nothing you can do. And then I started crying because it's embarrassing, because it's like my mum's standing over me and I'm laying there vulnerable. And I think it's embarrassment. It feels like it's debilitating. It feels like, I think it's triggering because it reminds me of like how the system does our elders in terms of lack of integrity. Like people's integrity is taken away from them in certain situations, but in certain hospital systems, in certain care systems, where it's like people aren't treated very nicely when they're vulnerable, or they're like talked down to or belittled when they're vulnerable. Like, I've seen that, and it's a fear maybe a little bit of mine, to never want to be vulnerable, like never need anyone to be there, because I feel like people have failed my loved ones, and even I feel like I failed my loved ones, and then it's like I don't want to fail me and mine like that. So it's like when that shutdown happens, it's like I pretend it's not, because I feel like useless. But then it's crazy, because sometimes that'll be 7 hours. I wouldn't have had a bath, I wouldn't have had anything, I wouldn't have had a drink. And I'm there in shutdowns, having these shutdowns. And then, like, I'll come out of that, and then within an hour or within 2 hours, I would have, like, cleaned the whole house, written a song, made something to eat, made a drink. Within an hour, within 2 hours, like my whole day I get done in an hour, 2 hours, when I'm working. And that used to be like that for me at my 9 to 5. Like, I will do a day's worth of work in 2 hours, but then I'm done. And it's like, why are you always outside having a cigarette? Why are you always outside? It's like 11 o'clock in the morning and I've finished the work for the day.
Nico! Let's have a race. Hey. Let's have a race all the way back. Let's go back.
Or sometimes it's like, I'd go in but I wouldn't be able to do a thing for like 3 days, but then on like one day I'd do like a week's work, like, and stay like 12 hours and just do whatever. So it's like, but again, even then I didn't know. I'd always say, oh, it must be, it's a panic attack, it's a panic attack. But it felt, it's different. There's a difference, and there's a different, there was a different trigger for me and different things that just kind of made it obvious. But and it's like, yeah, there was panic attacks. Just because there's meltdowns don't mean there's panic attacks, because there's both, and they can coexist, and it is that. I'm giving myself a headache out here. See, the thing with me is, yeah, I really need to just come out and take a breath and have a little puff, but like, I won't if there's people about. Especially little ones, even if it's like, because it's like, even when you think it's not in the air, it's in the air, and it's like, no. So I'll be here for hours. Trying to have a polite puff. Oh God, it's all going on now. We've got the runner, we've got the bikes. Now there's a pram. Okay. Alright, I think it's time to go home. Oh God, Lord. But really, what it is, yeah, you shouldn't be standing in it, you should be doing a run. You should be on the right, you should be doing a run. You know what I mean? I want to have a pram. I have no children with this chemical in my system, so I need to hurry up, bro. Hurry up. Yeah. So like my angel's on my arse really, because it's like my health's getting out of hand because of the way that I'm living at the moment. Over smoking, eating processed foods. Yeah, just like lots happening. And I'm falling apart, and it's like I've got all sorts of little things coming up that I'm really worried about. And it's like if I was to go to the doctors right now, I'd need 100 different appointments in 100 different departments, because it's like one thing here, one thing there, one thing there, one thing here. But as we know, the body's a self-healing organism. So I'm just going to try and make this shift. Like, I'm going to give it a couple weeks, try and make this shift. But I know it's going to have to be like quite a big leap, like quite an extreme thing. But I just feel like instead of getting on like Mrs. Motivator ones, just to like take it slow. Like, it's not about doing more. Like, I can't set myself up a schedule, because it ain't gonna work, is it? Like, you know, I could plan myself to do something at 2, but then if at 2 I'm shut down, then it ain't happening. But I'll start getting mad. So no. But just intentional action consistently every day. Just coming back to the present moment, just always in the present moment, which is always now. Because we are time. Like your own space, your own time, and just every moment just make better decisions. I'm gonna make some fresh, like prep some fresh sea moss when I get back, or today at some point. I'm gonna do some fresh sea. But even that, no, stop giving myself times, because it's like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. It's going to be in the near future. That's what I'm going to start saying in the near future, because it's not really a time thing. So I feel like sea moss. I've got some pine needle tea, some red clover, some chamomile flowers, and some other bits, red raspberry leaf, nettle, and hibiscus. I like to mix them three for a little hormonal balancing boost. And then just back on the smoothies. My go-to ones, especially when I'm not ready for them earthier drinks, is just like berries, blueberries, raspberries, cinnamon, with just water, something like that. And then maybe add in some superfood powders, some maca, some moringa, some medicinal mushrooms, lion's mane, reishi. Reishi I use normally to calm me down as I rise, like in a hot chocolate or something, or in like a cacao kind of vibe. Then the lion's mane helps to focus, like the brain focus, helps you to focus. And then the chaga, great. I get them in powdered form and just add them in. Chaga's great for everything. do your own research on these, because I'm not going to go there now, but you'll be amazed. The red clover tea is great as well. What else? Spirulina. Normally just mix either half a lime with some spirulina into cold water, or some of that lemon doTERRA oil, like a drip of that, with spirulina and cold water, and just try and switch up the drinks, like, because you can get a lot of nutrients in your water without even realising, and that's a good way to start a boost when you're not feeling eating those kind of foods sometimes. Or it's easier for me to blend it, to just put it in a juice and like add everything, add all the nutrients in one go so that everything's in there. And then usually it's just like a kind of a knock-on effect, because after a couple of days of having those juices, drinking like that and feeling more fresh, and with it, that probably inspired me to go down to the market and pick up some proper fruit and get some dragon fruit and get some soursop and get some whatever I really like. Quite like the red grapes, but I'm struggling to find seeds and I'm struggling to find real fruit, so I don't really know. Just see what happens. Yeah. And then I don't know why there's a circle in the middle of the basketball court and it's like right under the sun. I don't know why I'm standing here. 111. It feels like some kind of energy portal. Don't feel good actually. Just move. Oh, don't be scared. Come back and make sure. Come back and make sure. If there is anything dodgy that you're trying to mute that before you leave. So yeah, so then I might go there, get some of this, get something like, get some of this, just try and really slow down, come back to the home meals, basic, maybe some lentils, some veg, some spices, intentional spices, you know, healing herbs, you know, and just start, you know, coming back to them real foods. Because yeah, lots of problems at the moment, like my stomach, my headaches, things that I don't even get, my skin, lots of things come out of nowhere. But I detoxed heavy. I looked like a different human not too long ago, and I can feel it, like I feel like a different human as well. Even in terms of like my blood and stuff, like seeing in my veins and things, like different things in my legs. I've got like veins coming up on my leg, and I've got different things happening. Either way, I know what it is. I need to cleanse the blood, I need to cleanse the mind, I need to cleanse the body, I need to cleanse the gut, I need to cleanse the spirit, I need to cleanse thyself all the way, and it can be done pretty well in a week if I can start making some intentional movements. The reason I'm not is because I don't want to, because I feel upset, I feel let down, and I feel I've had enough, and I don't have the energy to keep fighting. It's like I'm not enjoying living in this world that's not built for me, and I don't have the energy to build my own, on my own. I'm trying to get my washing done, bro. I'm trying to build all these things, all these extravagant ideas. I can't get my washing done. It's like, it's funny, but it's not. It's like, I've just like the fight every day, and this is what I'm saying, where it's like I've got to find some fight. It's like, no, like, it's not like, oh, I've got to fight to survive. No, it's not quite that. I'm going through the realisation of the fact that this is even what I am. Firstly, Lord God, the biggest I don't know if I keep stepping on a nest or what's going on, but something just keeps this big loud. Yeah, that's some sexual action. Let's see how that goes. I've got 11 braids on my head, literally managed to do like 11 in between meltdowns, and then I've just tied them up on my head with the rest of my hair as it is, and it just rolled out because I'm now at a point where I'm like, do I want to take them out and just give up, because I don't know if I even want to do them anymore, or do I persevere? I think I started Friday, it's now Sunday, I've only done 11. I used to do the lot in one sitting, and I thought it was going to be more relaxing to do it this way, but it's probably not relaxing either way. The reason it's not relaxing is because I haven't accepted that I'm doing it in a relaxed way. 222. I'm still like, oh, well, let's relax and take our time and do it over the weekend. And then the running narrative is like, oh, this is taking so long. This is going to take so long. What if I have a meltdown, I can't finish this? No, this is why you're doing it this way. You're choosing to take long. You know, them ones. So, yeah, I'm just going to start anyway. It's a beautiful day, the sun's out, it's feeling kind of warm. So I might go and get changed, get sorted. A little white feather floating through the air. I might just go and sit down on this little bench because I'm walking around trying to find a big enough space for my aura. But if I assert myself here, maybe I can take up this space. Oh, great, now some... Oh, just I ain't got the time for this blood clot. I don't know what is going on. Trying to catch a piece, can't catch a piece. Concrete. Guys, it's like 6 p.m. and I'm telling you, yeah, I've changed my fluffy jumper a couple of times because I went to feed and brush and like make sure the cat was okay. And got covered in cat, so changed my jumper, but still haven't made it in the bath. It's 6 p.m. been fighting all day just to do something for the day. And I'm just starting, like, meltdowns are just finishing now at 6 o'clock. I'm about to go home, have a bath, have breakfast, lunch, dinner, do my work, do me time, do everything I want to do and try and do it while I feel okay. One of the reasons it's taken me so long as well is because I do smoke. Like, if it gets out of hand, like, that is what I use as my medicine. Which I want to stop. Like, I still seek sobriety out here. I'm going to give it another go, but it's a lot, like, it's clear why it's such a challenge, and maybe more of a challenge than I initially anticipated. But I've just had to wait till it was peaceful, until I felt comfortable, because there's no point me smoking if I'm stressed out, because it's not like I want to really wait till I can meditate, till I'm not feeling like I need to keep moving away from people, and you know what I mean, like, even in terms of like cigarette smoke, like, no, like, if there's kids around, like, no. And I think that's because of my own stuff, like my own, you know, like before it was even really known that it was a problem, like, you know, like being young and being around it and wondering, and like it's just not worth it. I get it's not the end of the day, but that's just my choice, and people do what they want to do, and there's no judgment there what anyone does. But just for my own self, I can't relax if I feel like I'm affecting someone else with what I'm doing. So it is literally 6 p.m. I think since 10, 11 this morning. I have just been walking around. I'm cold to the bone, like frozen to the bone. And it's like, don't complain, at least you've got a home to go to. At least when it's time to have a bath, you can have a bath. Because it's like, rah, it just gives me a tiny little taste of how some people be having to get through the day. And it's not every day, and I've just got to look for the blessings. It's a lot, it's hard. It's hard to keep going and to find a hope for a better day. But I know it's possible, anything's possible, everything's possible. I've tasted the good life and the bad life, and both are beautiful, and both are divine, and both are lessons and blessings. Available now, Spotify, Apple, and some other places that I forgot because I just clicked a load of stuff. I don't even know what the platforms are. I was meant to put lessons and blessings out as well. When I put the title out, I was meant to put unmastered, one take, because that's what I wanted to put it out for. It's not the mastered version, but I forgot. So it's just out as its main title, like that's the mastered track, which it definitely isn't. Again, maybe that's just another lesson for me and another way for me to be like, look, the street lights are on now. This is how long, now it's dark. It's beautiful though.